Commission today reported on the implementation of the EU-Turkey deal. Are you happy with progress?
Well, I think we cannot deny that Turkey did improve a lot when it comes to the circumstances of refugees. We can also not deny that many people on the Greek islands are happy that this large influx actually stopped. On the other hand, we have to admit this whole plan was there to make sure people don't take the illegal routes and the unsafe routes, but they take the legal avenues. And there are no legal avenues. 711 people who have been replaced from Turkey to the European Union. This, after 3 months, we cannot call it a big success.
Médecins Sans Frontières controversially said that they will not take any further funding from EU member states or the EU because they feel the EU-Turkey deal is failing refugees and puts the very idea of protection in danger.
I respect the decision. I think looking at, of course, what the NGO stands for, I can also understand it. I'm still hopeful that the second part of the EU-Turkey deal, which is about large-scale resettlement, will be implemented. If not, we talk about a different assessment we have to make.
Yesterday there were reports of shootings on the Turkey-Syria border. What would you like the EU to do in response to these reports?
Investigate them. Because at this moment we have NGOs saying this is what happened. We already saw a couple of weeks ago Human Rights Watch, who's had the same information. On the other hand, we have the government, the Turkish government, who's fiercely denying that this had happened. So we need to get people on the ground. The Commission needs to send people on the ground, investigate what has been going on. And if it turns out to be true, we cannot just say there will be no consequences to this.
The Commission say they've had assurances from the Foreign Minister that there have been no extrajudicial killings. Can we trust the Turkish government? We've seen how the immunity of MPs have been removed. We've seen the suppression of any opposition opinion. Do you think the Commission is too trusting of Turkey?
I don't think in politics in general we can speak about trust. People make agreements, in this state government make agreements, and we have to keep each other, we have to look whether they are being implemented. If we have concerns, we have to raise them. I think it's clear after the meeting we just had with the Commission in the Committee of Civil Liberties here in the Parliament, we do have concerns. This is not to say Turkey is not living up to the deal. It means it needs to be investigated, and after a thorough investigation, there need to be consequences to it.
Finally, the Commission said that deaths at sea have now gone down to 0 in the Aegean. Surely that's a terrific success.
Well, I mean, we have to admit that no one wanted to see the pictures we kept seeing, like small children dying at the shores, be it at the Turkish coast, be it at the European coast. For this, I have to say there is a number of success. But if it means the vulnerable refugees cannot reach, not only they cannot reach Europe, by now they can also not reach the neighbouring countries, because we know, because of the high pressure, Jordan, Lebanon and Turkey, all 3 neighbouring countries, have closed their borders because we as Europe are not taking in enough refugees and we let the region deal with it. So we cannot say in the end it's a success because people are still dying, but perhaps not at sea, but back in Syria.